This is Richard with JR T44, and this is the first in a series of videos where we're going to show how to set up a JR T44 transmitter for use with a JR Tags Mini flybarless system. In this first video, we're going to start by setting up a new model and naming it, assigning the swash plate type, and assigning channels for the gyro gains for each of the 3 axes of the Tags Mini. The first thing we're going to do is to select a blank model. So we're going to turn the transmitter on. And we're going to hit the L button from the home screen, which is going to take us to the function list. You can see we're in the function list menu. We're going to scroll through until we see system list appear at the lower right hand corner. We're going to highlight the words system list and click the roller. The menu defaults to the first selection, Model Select, which is the one we want. So we're going to highlight that, click it. Anytime you change a model in a JR transmitter, you have to turn the RF power off. So we're going to scroll with the roller to highlight yes, click the roller, and now it's going to take us into the Model Select menu. We see the model that we were on originally in the home screen. We're going to click on that. And we're going to scroll through until we find a blank model. Model number 2 is blank and available. So we're going to scroll to that, highlight it, and click. And now we're in the Type Select menu. In this menu, we select whether the aircraft is a helicopter, acro, which means fixed-wing airplane, or a glider. It's already on heli, so we're going to go ahead and click. And this takes us to the model name screen. The name is going to appear in this box where the cursor is as we enter it. I'm going to click the roller, and I'm going to scroll down and start selecting characters for the name. Because we're here to set up a Tags Mini with a T44, we're just going to call the model Tags Mini. I scroll to the characters, highlight them, and click on the roller to select them. And I'm going to go through this until I spell the name I want. Aside from upper and lowercase letters, there's other characters, numbers, special characters, including blank spaces and dashes. Just continuing to scroll through until I find the letters I want. Highlight and click. We have Tags Mini entered. We hit OK. We hit OK again up by the E button. And our model's now named. Now this is the swash plate screen. In this screen we select whatever type of swash plate the helicopter happens to be equipped with. For most flybarless units, the default is 1 servo norm that you'd set in the transmitter. The Tags Mini is a little bit different, and we want to set it for 3 servo, 120 degrees. Now, even if your helicopter is 140 or 135 degree CCPM, we still want to select 120. There is a calibration item in the Tags Mini that compensates for that. So even if it's 140, 135, you still want to select 120 degrees. So that's highlighted. We click. This takes us to the swash mix menu. On the left, these are the percentages of throw and the direction of throw. It'll be plus or minus. On the right are the individual servo directions. We can change those. Since we don't actually have a helicopter in front of us right now, we're just going to leave these at the default for the moment. So we click OK. And now we go to the gyro channel. This is going to allow us to set the channel for the rudder gyro. In almost every flybarless system out there, gain or channel 5 is the default rudder gyro gain channel. So we're going to leave that. It's already highlighted, and click. Now we're back to the Model Select menu. Now we hit the E button, and that takes us back out to the home screen. The next step is to assign the channels control the gains for the aileron and elevator functions in the Tags Mini. So we're going to hit the L button to return to the function list, and we're going to scroll again until we get into the system list menu, which you can see in the lower right. Highlight and click. Now we're going to scroll across to the upper right here where it says device select. Now the default for the flight mode switch selection is the flight mode switch, the standard JR flight mode switch, which is in the upper left-hand corner here. If you want to change that to another switch, you can highlight where we have Fmod switch highlighted, click the roller, and now it lists all the switches that are available for use as the flight mode switch. If I flip the rudder switch, it now changes it to rudder switch to control the flight mode. For my purposes, I like where JR puts the flight mode switch, so I want to go back to it. So this is already highlighted. I click the roller. Again, the variety of switches that are available show up in the window. Flip the flight mode switch, and I'm back where I want to be. On the right side is a table, and there's 3 columns in this table. The first one shows the channel we want to use. The second one, where it says device really means switch. Which switch am I going to use to control it? And the third one is the function, or whether it's directly activated by the switch. So I'm going to scroll over to the channel we already selected before when we set up the very first part of the model. Gear, which is our rudder gyro channel, this is controlled by the gear switch. I want it controlled by the flight mode switch. So I highlight gear switch, click the roller. Just like with the flight mode switch, I have a whole variety of switches that I can use. And I'm going to flip the one that I want, which is the flight mode switch. And now flight mode controls the gyro for the rudder. Next, we're going to do the same with the aux2 switch. We're going to scroll down to it. This is aux2 channel controlled by the aux2 switch. Highlight it and click. And again, I've got the whole litany of channels that I can use. But I'm going to flip the flight mode switch. And now it has selected for aux2, that channel will be controlled by the flight mode switch. Now it's activated. It shows activated at the right, but I really want it to say gyro because I want to control it through the gyro sense menu. So I'm going to highlight act, click, scroll down to gyro, click again, and now the aux2 channel is going to be controlled by the flight mode switch. It's going to operate through the gyro sense menu, and it's going to control the aileron axis of the TAGS Mini gyro. Going to do the same thing with the aux3 switch. I'm going to click here, select the flight mode switch. I'm going to click roll to the right where it says act. I'm going to scroll down to gyro and click that. I'm going to do one more thing while I'm in here, and that is I'm going to inactivate all of the other switches. In a JR radio, you can have 2 switches control the same function, and that can be confusing, so we're just going to make sure that doesn't happen. So auxiliary 4 says controlled by the flight mode switch. I'm going to scroll over to where it says act. I'm going to scroll up to INH for inhibit and inhibit it. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other channels. So at this point, we've named the model, we've assigned the correct type of swash plate, and we've done the basic assignment for the gyro gains for each of the 3 axes in the TAGS Mini. In the next video, we're going to start working with the gyro sense menu in the function list. Thank you.